Blame me. Go ahead.
Ty, you guys have adjusted to whatever coverage the Bucks have thrown at you through these two games so far. What do you attribute that to? If it's preparedness, something about the way you guys play, how has that been able to happen?
Yeah, I think just over the course of the season, we see every coverage. We see some teams that play a drop, some teams at the level, some teams switch. Everybody does something a little different, and especially in our conference. You look down the line and teams in our conference, everybody plays you a little different. So I feel like we're prepared. We had a good week of prep. We know we're going to see some man out there, some drop with Brooke, switching with Bobby, some zone. We're prepared, and I feel like we've done a great job of adjusting to whatever's being thrown at us.
You missed some shots in the first game, 21 points tonight. What did you feel like you did better today than in game one?
I was getting in the paint, being aggressive from the start of the game. I thought I got a lot of good looks in this game. They just didn't fall, so it gave me confidence coming into today that I would make shots. Got a good couple of days of work in and felt good coming in today. So it's a good win for us.
You've told us before you're 2-on-9. Did you see the anonymous player poll that came out today?
I did.
What was your reaction to that, and did it at all impact the way you played today?
It didn't impact the way I played today at all. I must be doing something right. If that's the case. I don't have a big speech or comment on it. I mean, all I care about is this locker room and winning games, and we're in position to go to Milwaukee and continue this series on. So not too worried about that. I know I am. I'm confident in my own skin and not worried about what anybody thinks. My teammates trust me. So it's my front office, my coaching staff. So I'm good. I could care less.
Obviously, they come back to within 2 points in the last 2 minutes. You get two big shots from Pascal and Drew. Obviously, those guys have been kind of sturdy players you've been able to rely on. Just how big were those two shots, and how much does it say about those two guys and kind of competitors they are?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of good looks down the stretch. A ton. I missed the wide open one. I think Pete missed the wide open one. Miles missed the wide open one. Drew missed a couple. We missed a lot of good looks. But I feel like down the stretch we haven't. Me specifically, I haven't been great down the stretch these last two games. But I feel like Drew did a great job of settling us down, making some big, timely shots for us. Pascal as well. So I thought we had a lot of different guys chip in today, make big plays. I thought Obi made a big shot in the corner there in the fourth as well. We had a lot of different guys step up. So, I think that's just a part of our resilience and a part of, the last month or two playing some crazy-ass games and having to win in many different ways. So it's about just figuring it out. We're up 2-0, so, we'll take it.
Pascal is obviously the guy you had to rely on the first two games last year. He's given you not quite those level of numbers, but sort of close to it in the first two games. Also giving you some as good of defense as you could, I guess, ask for against Giannis. What's just impressive about what he's done? I guess how much does he continue to be a sturdy rock for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, this is who Pascal Siakam is. He's been a steady presence for us all year. So glad that he's on our team. I think he could be the most underrated player in the NBA. To be honest with you, I mean, I think what he does is, on a nightly basis, amazing. He's so consistent, so steady. Does a great job of calming us down, me down specifically at certain times. And I just am really appreciative of him kind of playing that big bro, mentor role for our group and us as a young group. And I feel like, him having played in big games like this, he knows what to expect. And I think that's why, we've had success these last 2 years in the playoffs. He's a big reason why.
Right here, Ty, back here, then you can get to James. So obviously a different position this time around with being up 2-0 to start the playoffs. So how does that change the mentality heading into game 3? Just how big was this win for you guys' confidence?
Yeah, I think it's just doing your job. Winning at home is just doing your job. I think I've always been told that playoff series don't start until you win a road game. So, if we can go out there and get one, the goal is definitely to go get two, but get one at a time. Focus on game 3, understanding we're going to go into a hostile crowd, understanding that there won't be a ton of Pacer fans out there in Milwaukee. It's going to be hostile. So we got to be prepared for that, have each other's back, be prepared for antics and all that stuff that goes on through the course of the games. Just stick with it, and we have a lot of faith in each other. So the goal is to go into Milwaukee and just take it, one game at a time.
So I know you said you were aware of what's said about you and things like that. When you're in the game, you dunk the ball, yell at the ball, you talk to the crowd, talk to the other team. How do you sort of, or maybe what have you learned about just balancing whatever energy you give when you're out there and kind of staying within yourself, playing with joy and passion and rage and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's who I am. I mean, anybody who's watched me play throughout my career knows who I am. I'm an emotional guy. I play with my emotions. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I want to win. I could care less about what comes for me individually. I just want to win. That's what I want to be known as when I'm done. Is just how do I impact winning? And I think I'm just going out there trying to play free, trying to play fun, have fun out there rather, and just trying to be who I am. But also understanding sometimes over the course of a game I can get caught up in stuff that doesn't really matter. And I think Coach Carlisle, James, Pascal do a great job of bringing me in and calming me down at times, which is much needed. But I think if they tried to take away my passion, my fire for the game, it probably wouldn't bode well for me. I feel like I'm an emotional player, a guy who plays, likes to have joy, likes to have fun. And I know that if you're not a Pacer fan, a lot of people don't really care for that, but I don't give a fuck. I want to win, So that's really just the way I feel, and I'm not going to change who I am to please other people. I think I've had a lot of success by being me and being who I am, and so if people want me to change that, it really doesn't matter to me.
We have two more, Steve, and then Dustin.
There's been a couple of, tense moments, I guess, in this series, just, words exchanged. But is that just really a product of you guys have faced each other a lot in big games the last couple of years, these two teams? How much of it is that? And then, just is there anything brewing between you and Dame, just as two real competitors, I guess?
Just competitors. I think that's what it is. He wants to win, I want to win. It's the highest level. We're in the highest level in the most contentious moment here in the playoffs. He wants to win, I want to win. We want to win, they want to win. So it's just competition at the end of the day. But yeah, we don't have to sit here and act like it's any secret. We don't like them, they don't like us, and that's just what it is. And I think they live for this, we live for this. So I could care less. I'm out here just trying to help my team win games. So there's got to be a little bit of back and forth. There's got to be a little back and forth, but I'm here to win.
I was actually just going to ask about the same thing. Is all that's sustaining it just who's talking back and forth in these games? Is there anything deeper than that? And how, you're talking about a situation where it's almost you're getting multiple technicals every game. Is that all that's sustaining this at this point and keeping it at that level of back and forth?
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to continue to see that through the course of the series. Like we said, everybody says, league rivalries aren't here anymore. Well, it's right here, So, this is an interesting series. We've played each other, it feels like a million times over the last 2 years. I feel like I've seen every different coverage that they could throw at us, and I feel like those guys probably feel the same way about us. But, there's still a lot of series to go, a lot of games to play. So I'm sure there'll be more heated moments, more competitive moments, but all we care about is win. All the extracurricular stuff is extracurricular, but it's fun. It's fun. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. This is fun shit now. But yeah, we want to win, they want to win, and it's just competition at the end of the day. But we ain't running from it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'll see if I can get Pascal and Curse too.